Prayers.
Let us prepare ourselves in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Announcements by the speaker.
Distinguished guests, listeners throughout Kiribati, my fellow students and youth members, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed the great honor for me to have this opportunity to welcome you to this morning to this annual meeting of our Youth Parliament 2026. On behalf of my fellow students and youth members who are taking part in this Youth Parliament, first of all, I would like to give our sincere gratitude to the Speaker of the Maneaba Maungatabu, Honorable Willie Dohatake, with her good spouse. His Excellency President Danis Mamau and the Chief Justice Desiro Semilota, with her good spouse. And the honorable members of the Maneaba Maungatabu with their good spouses and for their continuous support and believing in us as the first hope and leaders of tomorrow. I also want to express our gratitude to parents, school teachers, members of the organizing committee, youth members and parliamentary staff, and those who have taken part in organizing and making this Youth Parliament a reality and a success. Last but not least, I also want to thank the companies and the ministries of the government and those who have assisted our member of this Youth Parliament during their research work on various topics and issues which will be discussed and deliberated in this House. As the Speaker of this Youth Parliament, I trust you will learn few basic rules of this House during the orientation session, and I encourage you to respect and observe them carefully during the proceeding. I sincerely hope that all of us taking part will learn a lot on how parliamentary actually works, and for those who plan to be our future leaders. This is the first time to experience from this mock parliament, with indeed a great significance in enhancing your leadership careers. With these few remarks, I conclude by sharing our traditional blessings. The Maori, Te Roi o te Tapumo. Once again, happy Commonwealth to all of you. Kampesindap.
Oral questions and answers.
And on the order paper, our first question this morning is to be raised by Mary Mera from William Goward. May I ask Ms. William Goward to raise the first question? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you. And my name is Felina Rosemary Sam from NTR GSS. Honorable Speaker, my question is, when will every student be accommodated with enough transport to attend class on time? When will the government provide enough transportation for everyone as? I still believe that the current provided carriers are not enough. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. NTR. And the question is to be answered by Amosa Bebe from PTC, from Moronai. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you so much, MB, for your question. My name is Amasa Kirata Bebe from Moronai High School, and this is the response from the government. My ministry is currently working on the issue relating to school transport, which will be addressed before the end of 2026. I will leave this to my secretaries, directors, and all senior staff at the Ministry of Education to work and to prioritize the issue raised. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. And before proceeding with the supplementary questions, may I remind the youth members that you are only allowed to raise 3 supplement questions, apart from the original question that you have raised. So any supplementary? Yes, PTC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Takai Takai from BTC JSS, and here is my supplementary question. If the issue of transportation will only be addressed at the end of 2026, what measures will the government put in place in the meantime to ensure that students are adequately accommodated with sufficient transportation to attend classes on time, since the currently provided carriers are still not enough? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. PTC. Any response from the government side? Yes, Moronai.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Member of the Opposition, for that supplementary question. Since it is my first time speaking, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Tama Kausu from Moronai High School, and as a government representative, this is the response from the government to that question. The government is planning to hire a few drugs, like a lot of drugs, to accommodate the need for the student. In the meantime, while we're trying to fix the transportations for everyone. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. Moronai. Any supplements? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Yakubu Ansin Maunga from Moronai High School, and here's my supplementary question. Can the Minister provide a clear timeline or a specific milestone before the end of 2026 to ensure students actually see improvements in school transport? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any response? Yes, the leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And for your concern, the government is planning to accomplish this need by the end of this month. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, leader from the government side. Any supplementaries? Yes, MTC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Tabiga Kamawa, and I'm from the MDC. Honorable Speaker, I wish to thank the government for its response, but I must express my deep concern for the timeline provided. We are here in March 2026 to tell the students of Kiribati that they must wait until the end of the year for their school passes. But my point is simple. The students who cannot reach the classroom cannot learn. Every morning there are child is left standing on the roadside on Sadara or our Howard Islands because the bus is too full or expensive. It's the morning that the ministry has failed in its duty to our youth. We do not need a 2027 solution. We need an immediate interim plan. Our students are the future leaders of this nation. But they cannot lead if they are stranded on the side of the road. I heard the ministry, the government to look beyond reports and timelines to see the side face of our children who just went to get to school on time. Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Honorable from MTC. Any response from the government side? Yes, Miss MTC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Pugabenjet. I represent MTC, and the response from the government side, from the government standpoint, the concern about inefficient student transportation is understood and taken seriously. Providing safe and timely transport for all the students is a key objective, but it cannot be achieved immediately to practical and logical constraints. At this time, the existing carriers are part of intuitive system and was designed based on available resources and earlier demand estimates. As the student numbers grow and attendance increase, pressure on the cement system becomes more noticeable. That's why some roads are experiencing overcrowding or delay. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Miss MTC. So let's move to our next question. Our next question is question number 2 that will be raised by Wenkai Kera from Yes.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, first of all, before I proceed with my question, I would like to create our head of state, Danis Mama, and our honorable MPs that come and join us during this day, and also our beloved families at the back of us. Honorable Speaker, second of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Wenikai Kera, and I came from ANJ GSS. Finally, Honorable Speaker, finally is my question is question number 2 on the order paper, and it says, can the government provide more free transport, mainly for disability students? Can the government provide more free transport, mainly for disability students? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Miss ANJ. And the question is to be answered by the Babane Diawa from COC1. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well, I am the Maungatabu proudly representing TC1 JSS, and this is the response raised by the in ANJ. The government will look into this issue and create a committee to find a solution as soon as possible. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. TUC1. Any supplementaries? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I am the Megan Darabe, Member of Parliament from ANJ JSS. Honorable Speaker, I rise to ask my supplementary question. What is the realistic time frame for this committee to be established and become active in addressing this issue? Honorable Speaker, only a small number of students are sponsored and do not face transport challenges. For example, at KIT, only about 5 to 10 students per course are sponsored. This is only a minority. The majority of students are still struggling, yet they are equally important and will contribute to the future of Kiribati. Honorable Speaker, every student matters. I therefore urge the government to uphold its promise of leaving no one behind and to prioritize free transport support for all tertiary students. In closing, I respectfully seek a clear and realistic time frame for this committee to be established and fully operational. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Ms. from ANJ. Any response from the government side? Yes, TUC1.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And for your information and concern, the government will provide trucks or buses for tertiary students. But if we look at tertiary students, they are adults, they can go on bus or trucks to their schools like USB or KIT. Thank you, Mr. Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. TUC1. Any supplementary question? Yes, EPS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Leanne Michael from KG5 and EBS. My supplementary question concerns our tertiary students, or more commonly known as in-country students, here at USB Kiribati campus at Doderic. It has come to our concern that tertiary students at USB Doderic have faced traveling issues. The response from the Honorable Member of the Government, representing TUC1, Honorable Maungatabu, mentions forming a committee. Why is this important? Obviously, these students must be provided with the means of transport. So why wasn't this seen immediately? And now they are just forming a committee. It is a waste of resources and time to form such committee when the solution is obvious, which is provide the students with free transport. So my question is, why form a committee? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. EPS. Any response? Yes, Tababan.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and for your information and your concern. And the government is forming a committee to ensure that students and everyone else have to be transported safely to their school, so they cannot be in trouble. So that's why we commit that's why we make this plan. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplementary? Yes, KG5.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Parais Tavirandang, represent the school KT5 and EPS. Honorable Speaker, my supplementary question is based for our tertiary students at KIT, KTC, or even MTC. Students who study at these learning centers are often overlooked by the private bus companies. And it is said that shuttle neglection is highly common within our country. So, Honorable Speaker, our supplementary question is, can the government provide extra bus service mainly for our Tier 3 students based here in Kiribati. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mr. KG5. Any response from the government side? Yes, Mr. Debaban, Mrs. Debaban from TUC1.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And for your information, KG5, and we are planning, yes, we can provide it in Kiribati, and we are already said we are committed, or we are planning to make this possible as soon as we can. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplement? Further more questions? Okay, move to the next question. Our next question is question number 3 that will be raised by Fasamata Tanroy from BTC JSS. Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I am Fasamata Tanroy from PGC JSS, and my question is question 3 on the other paper, which says, the repatriation of students from Christmas Island, Fanning, and Washington always missed festival occasions on Christmas and New Year celebrations. Can the government give us its strategy to tackle this problem? In addition, students from this island always miss the first week of school when school starts. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. PTC JSS. And the question is to be answered by Tekeke Taradao from Maungatabu JSS. Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'm Degege Taratao from Maungatabu JSS, and here is the response from the government side. My ministry believes that sometimes students always miss festivals like Christmas and New Year celebrations, and the government plans to buy 5 big ships to tackle this problem. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maungatabu. Any supplementaries? Yes, Mr. St. Louis.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Newbie Peter Graven from St. Louis High School. And my supplementary question is, could the government outline specific timelines for addressing transport issues for these students in the outer islands? And will there be any compensation for them missing their school days? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any response to this question? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Langin Tukuri from KG5 EPS, and here is our response from the government side. The Honorable Member from the opposition mentions specific deadlines, solutions, and compensations to tackle this issue. Honorable Speaker, the government has set in plan to purchase 5 ships that will solve this issue. The deadlines of which these ships will serve their purpose will commence after 2 months. What is that? And why 2 months? Well, these 2 months are critical for the government to carry out its assessments of their safety and necessary precautions of which to determine their capability to travel and board our students across long distances. And rest assured, these 2 months will not disrupt the holidays of which our students will be needing to travel to. The issue of students missing holidays will be a thing of the past once the government has done its assessment and has determined its safety after 2 months. And these 2 months of assessment will take place once the ships arrive on the 31st of March. And during the months of April and May, the assessments will be implemented by the government through the Ministry of Information, Communication and Transport, the MICT. As for the compensation for students who missed a few weeks of classes because they missed to board the ships, rest assured that we will compensate by providing flight charters to students who missed boarding the ships. However, this has hardly ever happened, and we believe that 5 ships will eliminate this problem of missing the ships, because no one will definitely miss 5 ships coming ashore to pick up passengers. And the government plans to implement 2 of these 5 ships every year before the festival holidays to the Line and Phoenix Islands, while the other 3 will serve the rest
of the Kiribati Islands in transporting our students to spend their holidays and even before the start of the school year, every year. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I hope this answers my colleague's question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. KG5. Any supplementary question? Yes, Sacred Heart.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And before I proceed on, I would like to greet you all, members of Parliament, in our own traditional way of greeting. Kamnabeni Maori. Honorable Speaker, back to the point where the government had responded to the issue that the repatriation of Christmas Island, Fanning, and Washington always miss festivals, occasions on Christmas and New Year celebrations, which planning to buy 5 big ships to tackle this issue. So when will this plan put into action? Are there any other ways or strategies to cater the needs of the students while the plan for the 5 big ships are still in progress? Since when students of the Phoenix and Line Group, since when the students of the Phoenix and the Line Group have a short time range with their families because of the transport issue, and sometimes they can also celebrate Christmas and New Year's on the ship. However, going back to Dara is also a main issue because they could miss 2 to 3 weeks on the ship due to the weather if it is not good. So can the government prioritize this issue because students from the Line and Phoenix group always miss first week of school? In this issue, it could affect their school performance. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Miss Sacred Heart. Any response from the government side? Yes, A and J.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. My name is Bentor Rota from ANJ, and here is the response from the government side. Honorable Speaker, the government has already confirmed that 5 large ships will be purchased to improve transportation for students from the outer islands. The arrival of the ship will be estimated in about a month. However, the government has already begun the process and will ensure the ships arrive as soon as possible so that students from the Line Islands can travel more easily and avoid missing important school days and national celebration. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, honorable members. Let's move to our next question. Our next question is question number 4 that will be raised by Florina from Maungatabu JSS. Yes, you may.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Paulina Rosemary Sam from NCR GSS, and my question is question number 4 on the order paper, which says, school resources are not enough for students learning in mission schools. Can the government consider providing school supplies and resources, such as computers, to mission schools to satisfy students' learning needs? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Point of order. Sorry, the House had a point of order. And one point of order.
Honorable Speaker, I believe you have missed the final supplementary question for question number 3.
Thank you, Honorable Mr. Secretary, for reminding me. And for that, let us continue, for we have not much time. Thank you very much. So, may I remind later on, if the House continue, may I please no more order during the supplement and or during like this, okay? Thank you. Any response from the government side? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm Claudine Damo from SOGSS, and here is the response from the government side. The government is able to provide school resources to mission schools, but the issue is that most of mission schools don't have a proper storerooms and a good care of school resources. So that is why the government is unable to provide resources until mission schools have good service facilities. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplementaries? Yes, Ms. Secretary, SMC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Bebe Yebinoka from Santa Maria College, and I would like to greet you all, my families and my friends, and all of you. Kamnabeli Maori. My supplementary question is, some mission schools, including Catholic schools such as Santa Maria College and others, are currently experiencing shortage of important learning resources, such as computers, internet access, and updated textbooks. Considering that these schools educate many students in our country, how will the government ensure that mission schools receive equal support so that the students are not disadvantaged in their learning? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. The response from the government side? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Kairi Kea from PSOGSS, and this is the response from the government side. Yes, the government is willing to consider providing school materials to mission schools. Many students in these schools face the same learning need as students in the government school, so it is fair that they also receive support. However, this support may depend on the government budget and proper planning. The government can work together with mission schools and other partners to gradually provide the resources needed. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplementary? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My supplementary question is, will the government provide facilities and funding support to mission schools? And what role will these schools play in improving their own resources? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Any response? Yes. Moronai High School.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. My name is Amos Akirata Pepe from Moranai High School, and this is the response from the government side. At this point, the government will not provide facilities, but it will only provide the school's needs such as computers and etc. But if the mission schools really needed funds, then the government will have to look more into it. But it will be much more easier if the mission schools put more effort to this. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplementary? Yes, Miss EBS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Leanne from KG5 NEBS. My supplementary question is, why this is not considered a top priority concern for the government when they have extensively repeated the importance of free quality education. All students deserve quality access to education, and we request that the government jumps onto this as soon as possible. Therefore, we ask that the government answers why this issue has affected our mission schools and why there has been such a lack of response to this, as it has been slow throughout the years. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any response from the government side? Yes, Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Maungatabu from Secretary College, and this is a response from the government side. The government acknowledges the need for the better resources in mission school. However, it does not support the provision of school supplies such as computers to the mission school. Besides, the mission school are run by religious organizations, and they are responsible for providing their own resources. It is not the government's duty to fund the institution of it does not control. We all know that the government has to limit financial resources and must prioritize the public school, which depend on the government. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplement? And before moving, I express my apologies to the honorable members, for missing out such an important supplement, and I hope you forgive me. So let's move on to our next question on the order paper, which is question number 5. That will be raised by Edmund Daniela from SLHS. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Before I proceed on to my question, I would like to greet you all in our home mother tongue, Maungatabu. As a matter of manner in this house, I must introduce myself. I am Maneaba Daniel from St. Louis High School. And Honorable Speaker, my question is, I am requesting the government to reconsider the reconstruction of the National Stadium. The Ruben gave us so at Baidik for hosting inter-schools and youth events. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. And the question is to be answered by Dauritake Contarico from
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Daudak, represent St. Louis High School. Honorable Speaker, the government appreciates raising the resource question because that is what we are working on this year. We ourselves from the government believe in sports, and we are currently in the rush of pushing the reconstruction of this stadium. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Miss. Any supplementary? Yes, seriously one.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Before I proceed on, I'm going to greet you all in our own language. My name is Katerina Wirama from 2C1 GSS. Here is my supplementary question. When will the reconstruction will be reconsidered? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any response? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And my name is Tapapani, represents St. Louis High School, and here's the response from the government side. We believe by the end of this month, but if there's any changes, we'll be happy to inform you as soon as possible. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplement? Yes, Mr. TUC1.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And I also thank from the government side with her response. So this is my supplementary question. How can we know, or how can we tell that the reconstruction will be reconsidered or being done, or to remind us that it will be done? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Respond? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you for that supplementary question. The government acknowledges the importance of transparency and accountability in this matter. To ensure that the reconstruction of the National Stadium at Baidik is not only reconsidered but also progressed, the government will provide clear indicators of action. Timelines and implementation stages will be communicated to the public so that all stakeholders, including youth, can monitor the development. In this way, the honorable member and the public can clearly see that the commitment is being acted upon and not merely stated. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplement? Yes, the leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would like to introduce myself since it is my first time to speak, and my name is Solonam Menikik, proudly representing Moranai High School. And my supplement question is, if we consider the reconstruction of the Baideke Stadium, and we also consider the needs, facilities needs, such as public toilets and also safe drinking water for any youth activities and also the Nasini Kiribati. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any response to this government side? Yes, MTC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you for the supplementary question from the opposition side. So, my name is Poiga Benitez from the I represented MTC. And the answering from the government side, we appreciate raising that question, but we are working with that problem and rebuild the stadium as soon as possible with tank and the toilet for their need. As a result, they enjoy their sport without the equipment. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any other furthermore question? Move to the next question. Our next question is question number 6 that will be raised by Floria Rui from the Kiribati Pastoral Institute. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Floria Rui from KPI, Kiribati Pastoral Institute. Honorable Speaker, my question is question number 6 on your paper, which says, can the government provide more job opportunities for our unemployed youth? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. KPI. And the question is to be answered by Karere from PTC-JSS. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And for this is the government response to the opposition side. Yes, the government through my ministry is ready and eager to provide more job opportunities for our unemployed youth. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplementary? Yes, Ms. MTC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of this jury, as the manner of this House, as my brother has mentioned, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Tage. My father's name is Phineas, and today is my birthday. Anyways, back to the point. My supplementary question is, what are the best ways for government to intensify private enterprises to hire young people through wage subsidies? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. MTC, and happy birthday. Any response from the government side? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. This is the response from the government side. Yes, the government should provide more jobs opportunities for our employed youth in Kiribati. Firstly, the government can invest in skills, training, and vocational programs so that young people are better prepared for available jobs. These include areas like construction, fishing, and technical work. Secondly, the government can support small business and entrepreneurship by providing loans or grants to youth, helping them to start their own income-generating activities. Thirdly, the government can create public works programs such as
infrastructure development, which can employ many young people, finally, and finally, partnership with international programs and organizations can open up overseas employ opportunities for our youth. For example, our Honorable Speaker is picking fruit and aged care. The Honorable Speaker, increasing jobs opportunities will not only reduce unemployment, but also support economic progress and improve the livelihood of our young people. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Can I ask to turn off your microphone? Thank you very much. Any supplement? Yes, Ms. CPS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Leanne Michael from KG5 and EBS. Our supplementary question is based on job opportunities for our unemployed youth. And the question is, has the government considered that our employment market locally is largely exhausted and limited to our youths? And if the local market is exhausted, are there alternatives to this issue? Has the government considered or implemented ways to transfer this unemployment crisis to other markets internationally that will contribute to the economic development of our nation? We ask the government to be precise and transparent with their response. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any response to the question? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Elisha Yedbinoka from Gate 5 and EPS. I want to thank our honorable colleagues from the other side for raising their concern and is a response to that concerning supplementary question. We, the government, address this issue with great concern to our unemployed youth. And our response is yes, there are alternatives currently underway to address this issue. We also acknowledge the fact that our local employment zone has not completely catered to our employment need for our young people. However, through the Ministry of Employment and Labour, we have partnered with our diplomatic friends, such as Australia and New Zealand, to construct and form an employment labour scheme. We would train our young people with necessary skills to go work overseas. Since the past few years, since this government was elected, we have seen tremendous increase of our seasonal workers, mostly of professionally trained young people, working in fruit picking, meat processing factories, and even in nursery homes for retired and elderly folks. This is the proof of our government's commitment to not only increase job opportunities for our youths, but also for economic development through our strategic partnership with our diplomatic friends. Therefore, we ask the opposition not to worry because the process to get this done has been done thoroughly and carefully to benefit the livelihoods of our citizens. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. EPS. Any supplementary? Yes, Mr. KG5 and EPS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the job opportunities for the employment youth are quoting in the paper. So, the reports have shown that the national employment here in Kiribati has seen tremendous increase of our recent graduates, who are mostly young people coming home after graduating from the tertiary institutions. And when they do return home, they are faced with the limited job opportunities that match their expertise. In cases like this, Honorable Speaker, our graduates attempt to find employment elsewhere. depriving our nation of skilled professionals that are crucial to our nation's development. So, Honorable Speaker, our question is, what strategies has the government implemented to address this concern? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. KG5. You respond to the government side? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Lengen Dugri from KG5 EBS, and rest assured, our facilities that will cater our recent graduates from overseas are at a substantial level that will satisfy our graduates. I am not sure what specific report my colleague has mentioned, but the statistics he mentioned are incorrect. We have received through the Public Service Office reports of increasing demands of young graduates seeking vacant positions. And we are pleased to say that there are many available vacant positions throughout the governmental, private, and even NGO sectors that need such capable, skilled professionals. There are no limited job opportunities for skilled graduates and highly educated individuals. There are many job opportunities for them, and we, as the government, we as the government welcome such skilled graduates. Therefore, we ask that the opposition clarifies their information before they present it to the public, as it is misleading and incorrect. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Continue. You finished? Thank you. And the chair had a point of order. Okay, stand up and state your point of order.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And as a rule of this House, you ain't supposed to point someone in the face, just like he did. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, thank you very much. Again and again, never point of order during the supplementary questions responses or the supplement raised. Okay, and for that, yes, I can do pointing, and also I can use my nose to point. Thank you very much. Let's continue. I think there is no more further questions. Okay, let's move to our next question. Our next question is question number 7, that will be raised by Wengai Keha from ANJ.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, my name is Wengai Keha from ANJ GSS, and my question is question number 7 on the other paper. And it says, I would like to ask the government about the student lunch for every school in Kiribati. When is the right time for the government to provide lunch for students at every Kiribati school? Did you hear? When is the right time for the government to provide lunch for students at every Kiribati school? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. And the question is to be answered by Rauben Domenico from the Kiribati Pastoral Institute. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well, it is my first time to take this speech. Please allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Rauben Domenico, and I stand here today proudly representing the Kiribati Pastoral Institute. Mr. Speaker, in response to the requirement for school lunch provision in Kiribati, the government, through the Ministry of Education, is now working jointly with stakeholders to carry out a survey on Kiribati for the number of students in all Kiribati islands. And the government is going to provide lunch for students once the survey is completed. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplementary? Yes, Mr. PTCJSS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And when exactly will they do the provide lunches for all schools in Kiribati? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Any response to this? Yes, NTR.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And I'd like to thank the member of the opposition side for raising that important and spectacular question. For your information, by next week, we will start providing lunch for students at every school in Kiribati. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplementary? Yes, Ms. KBI.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And a warm greetings to you all from the Benin Maori. Honorable Speaker, I would like to raise my supplementary question number 2 on question number 7, which based on student lunch for students at every Kiribati school. Providing proper lunch for students is important to help them stay healthy, improve concentration, and perform better in school. Without enough food, their learning and well-being can be negatively affected. Therefore, my supplementary question is, how can the government ensure the sustainability and affordability of a nationwide school lunch program in Kiribati? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. KBI. Any response to this government side? Yes, Mr. Moronai.
The government will provide lunches that don't just satisfy a student's hunger, but also give them nutrients that will contribute a lot on their learning as students. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any supplementary? Yes, Ms. MTC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My supplementary question is investing in our children's health and education is part of their priority? Yes. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. MTC. Any response to that question? Yes, A&J.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We understand the concern about students' lunch. The government will make sure only meals provided are healthy and nutritious, giving the students energy they need to learn. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Further questions? Okay, thank you. Let's move to our next question. Our next question is question number 8 that will be raised by
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Newbie Peter Graven, and I'm representing St. Louis High School. And my question is question number 8 on the order paper, which says, schools on South Dara are learning in a crowded space. So when will the government be able to provide more classrooms to cater for these problems? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. St. Louis. And the question is to be answered by Odea Kopus from CSE1. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Honorable Speaker. And my name is Odea Kopus, and I would like to greetings you all on the Benin Maori. Honorable Speaker, I am pleased to inform the Honorable MB from the opposition side that the construction of classrooms in South Dara will commence this year. I am also proud to say that Ministry of Education has received funding from the Asian Development Bank to construct classrooms in the outer islands. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Now, any supplement? Yes, Mr. MTC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
My name is Tabiga Noah and I'm from MDC. On supplements number 1, I am pleased to inform this Honorable MB and this Maneaba that that's the construction of classrooms in South Tarawa we commenced this year. But schools on South Tarawa are learning in a crowded space. But when will the government be able to provide more classrooms to cater for the high number of students on South Tarawa? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any response to this? Yes, MCC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and for my first time to speak. So I would like to say contemplating about it. My name is Charles, representing the Marine Trading Center at Peso. So here's the response from the supplementary question. Yes. As far as regarding students hardship due to transport, the ministry recognizes these challenges and it is committed to reducing them through improved transport, assess and targeted intervention and ongoing monitoring. Monitoring system is for missed classes due to transport issues. Schools are required to track attendance and visit for absenteeism. This data is analyzed centrally to identify transport-related issues and guide responsive measures. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplementary? Yes?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think my brother from the government side, he based on the transport, but my topic is not about the transport, but based on the classrooms. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. And any response to help your brothers come inside? Make sure you read the questions, you read before you answer it. Any response? Yes, Dobane from TOC1. Sorry, ma'am.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Sorry. Sit down. Sit down. Turn off your cam. Yes, Dobane.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well, I am Devapan as usual from TC1 TCS, and for the question from the opposite side is our response is since the classroom and schools are duties we own, so we need time to figure out how to handle the supplies and builders like that, so we can inform you when the time is come when we are ready to build your classroom and schools. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplement? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And again, I am Pepe Yebinoa from Santa Maria College. While the government has stated that the construction of the classrooms in South Tarawa will commence this year, overcrowded classrooms have already affected students for many years. Can the government clarify how many classrooms will be built and whether this will be enough to solve the overcrowding problem in schools on South Tarawa? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any response to this question? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Since the opposition side said that how many classrooms, and I thought about it, and I would like to not to promise, but to say that we need to build 3 classrooms for each building, so then the students in the over classroom, uh, in each classroom can pull out to another classroom, and they can learn about more and doesn't disturb anyone else. Is that and that is the response from the government. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Any supplementary? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And again, my name is Sedimen Daniel from St. Louis High School, and this is my supplementary question. Honorable Speaker, with all due respect, can the government provide a clear timeline and budget allocation for the construction of additional classrooms and explain what immediate measures will be taken to reduce overcrowding while these facilities are being developed? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any response to this? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Dorda Ontario, representing St. Louis High School, and here is the response from the government side. The government has purchased new classroom in South Arawa with construction expected to begin next fiscal year using both government and partner funding. In the meantime, we are reducing overcrowding through double shift schooling, temporary classroom, and employing more teachers. We will continue to update the House on the progress. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Furthermore questions? Okay. Our next question is question number 9 that will be raised by Lynn Michael from the EBS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Leanne Michael from KG5 and EBS. My question is number 9 on the order paper, and it says, regarding the use of mobile phones in secondary schools, all boarding schools banned the use of mobile phones by boarders, but not with day scholar students. Can the government accept boarders to use mobile phones like day scholar students? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. And the question is to be answered by Lanke Dakure. Tekukure.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And again, my name is Lankain Tukure from KG5 and EPS. And this is the response from the government side. Honorable Speaker, the government has still worked on this issue because there were a lot of cases that most students in the boarding schools misused their phones. Some cases happened where students found sleeping during school hours because they watched movies on phones the night before. That is the reason that the government banned the using of phone in boarding schools, not only at KG5 and EBS, but also at Sabike College, Kiribati Teachers College, KTC, Marine Training Center, MTC, and in all boarding schools of the government. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplementary? Yes, Ms. NTR.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And before I go on, since it's the first time for me to speak, please allow me to greet us all from the Benin Mel. My name is Sarisita Arias from Maungatabu JSS, and yes, students in boarding schools need their phones. Now we live in a world dominated with technology and social media. It is the 21st century and everybody needs their phones. And since these students are living in boarding schools, they need fast communication to communicate with their family and peers. All this can be done fast through a simple device, mobile phones. IAs and mobile accounts, YouTube and Google researchers, all of this require this particular device since it's very simple. And so I respectfully ask the government to reconsider this for the sake of our students and our future. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. NTR. Any response? Is the leader of the government.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And my name is Sidon Walter Campus from NTR-GSS. And we, the government, would respectfully decline the proposal proposed by Ms. NTR, since we have already given them the opportunity to use their phones during boarding schools, but most of the time they misuse the trust that we have put in them. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Any supplementary? Yes, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to all fellow youth parliamentary members and honorary guests, and to leaders of Kiribati, and to the people of Kiribati that is watching this today. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Moseda Uriam, and I am a representative from Segrat College. I have a supplementary question, but I would like to first give my thoughts on the stated issue. Honorable Speaker, I do not believe that mobile phones are items of distractions, but rather items that can further advance the studies of students through research and learning with Moodle. And the banning of these items can cause a shift in the students' ability to achieve higher grades. And the issue regarding the misuse of mobile phones, there is a system called parental control, which I believe is a better option, as it allows both the school and the parents to work together for the benefit of the students' education. So my supplementary question is, why does the government have to go this far just over the potential misuse of a mobile phone? And is it worth it? When there is other plenty ways which they can prevent the misuse of mobile phones, why go this far just to ban the use of phones when these phones can be used for the higher grades and the future of our youth? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Response to this? Yes, Ms. Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and this is a response from the government side. Honorable Speaker, I respectfully disagree about what the opposition said. Mr. Speaker, while I understand the concern about fairness, we all know that the mobile phone banned in boarding school should help to protect the student from distraction, ensure the rest, and promote the focus on their study. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much.
Point of order. Honorable Speaker, they are repeating the same words that they said before. They said it's because of the misuse. I've already said that there's other ways that can prevent the misuse. Why is the government have to prevent the misuse by just banning them? There's other ways. We don't want the same answers again. We need another answer, not the same answers again. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any response can help this? I return to the leader of the government.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I understand Mr. Secretary's concern, but what answers do we have to increase when our main answer is that we simply ban the phones, because that is what the government thinks that is most efficient in banning the phones, because it prevents the students from losing precious hours in sleep. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and I think it's helped. Any supplement? Yes, Miss SMC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, distinguished guests, honorable members in this House, and to all the Nasini Kiribati who are watching throughout the live streams, our relatives and families who are here, and those who in this House, of course, this is my first time, and this young lady, Nevawa Tokoye Ineri, from proudly and deeply honored to represent its beloved school SMC or Santa Maria College. This is my supplementary question. What assessment has been made for students with special educational needs who use mobile accessibility tools for ELF or ELF? Will the minister acknowledge that for many students, these devices are not just for social media, but are very vital for their communication with their parents and also with their research? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. To respond from the government side. Yes, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Your Honor, and warm greeting to you all members. Naben Melody. And I'd like to thank MB for the questions. And this is the response. The government strongly disagreed with this because when we relate it to our reality, and sometimes students, they misunderstood about what the importance of education. That's why the government disagree with it. Thank you, Your Honor, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Furthermore questions? Confusional? Okay, move to our next question. Our next question is question number 10 on the order paper that will be raised by the Tage from MTC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Once again, as you mentioned, my name is Tatake Pinyas from MTC. However, my question is mainly for students. Students have reported that some buses are not stopping to pick them up, even when there is spaces, causing delay to school. Additionally, some buses drop students at the end of the causeway instead of their home, raising safety concerns. What urgent actions will the government take to address this issue and ensure bus operators meet their responsibility? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. And the question is going to be answered by the Babane Diawa from TUC1. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well, again, I am the Maneaba proudly representing TUC1 CSS, and I would like to say the government is sad to hear that some buses are not stopping to pick students at the bus stop. The government will work with the councils to ensure that this issue is resolved. In addition to that, the government is happy to say that there is one private bus service that has been provided good services for students and public. I would like to thank B&B Bus Service for its good service. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Miss. So any supplementary questions? Yes, Fasamada from BTC.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And I am Fasamada Dandai from BTC GSS, and here is my supplementary question. The government mentioned that there is one private bus that has provided good services for the students and people. So what will the government do if this private bus breaks down or fails to operate? Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Any? Yes, Ms. Claudine.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm Claudine Damo from PESO GCS, and here's a response from the government side. If a private bus breaks down, the government will deploy backup transport and ensure operators provide immediate alternative. We will also enforce maintenance standards to prevent such issues. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any supplement? Yes, Mr. Moronai High School.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And here's my supplementary question. How soon can students expect immediate improvements, and what temporary solutions will be put in place while the government works with councils? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Sorry, can you repeat it again and make it louder?
Apologies. How soon can students expect immediate improvements, and what temporary solutions will be put in place while the government works with councils? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any response? Yes, the leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And students can expect this to be accomplished by the end of this week, since it is quite fast to hire new buses. But for the longer school bus wait, it can take up to 2 months, which is quite understandable since we have hired BNB bus services to help us in the meantime to support the students in traveling to their schools. Thank you very much.
Thank you, the leader from the government side. Any supplementary question? Yes, Ms. Secretary, College.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And first of all, I would like to apologize and for not introducing myself for when I speak at the first time. And please allow me to introduce myself now. Actually, my name is Roisi Subaitoy, and I'm proudly representing Sagurat College. And according to the order paper, on our question 10, which the issue stated that students have been reported that some buses are not stopping to pick them up, even when there is space, causing delays to school. Additionally, some buses drop students at the end of the causeway instead of their schools, raising safety concerns. What urgent actions will the government take to address these issues and ensure bus operators meet their responsibilities? And if the government already talk about and discuss their response, then our main question, and we want to understand how effective is the strategies the governments have employed, and have they been successful in addressing this issue as states? As we know, private buses on Tarawa almost ignore every student despite having available seats because students have very little bus fare compared to adults. So did the government notice this issue? And we, as the government already state their response and responding that they have been hiring the BNB bus services, but and if we compare and relate the point now, in reality or in nowadays, BNB buses are not enough to cater this issue by the numerous number of students on South Tarawa. Is there any other way or strategy to cater this issue? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any response from the government side? Yes, Mr. Secretary, College.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I would like also to apologize for not introducing myself first. And so please
allowed me, speaker, to introduce myself. Uh, my name is Paulo Kaboribe, and I represent the Sacred Heart College. And here is the response from the government side. The government acknowledged the concern regarding private bus operators who fail to stop for students and those who drop students at unsafe or incomplete location, such as the end of the causeway instead of their schools. This behavior is unacceptable as it directly affects students' access to education and their safety. Honorable Speaker, to address this issue, the government will take the following urgent action. Firstly, the Ministry response for transport will strengthen monitoring and enforcement of bus operators. Operators who fail to pick up students or do not complete their proper responsibility also can face fine or possible suspension of their license. Secondly, we will engage directly with the bus owners and drivers to remind them of their responsibilities to the public, especially to students who rely on them daily for safe and reliable transport. Thirdly, the government will work closely with schools to identify affected routes and report repeated issues, ensuring quick response and accountability. Honorable Speaker, we take this matters seriously, and we are committed to ensuring that all students can travel safely and arrive at school on time. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sacred Heart College. Any supplement? Supplement? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, but my apologies, but if we look back to question 10 from the reply by the government, it mentioned here that there is one private bus service that has been providing good service for students for public. I find this hilarious or ridiculous. You think one private bus is enough to cater the issue? You think one private bus good service is enough for the thousands of people on Kiribati? Why do you brag about this? You think it's enough? One private bus, good service. Okay, let's go take that bus because it's good service. What about the others, the majority of Kiribati? My question is, you think one private bus is enough to solve this issue? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. And for there is no more supplement after, may I return to the government leader to answer this question?
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to answer his question. And my answer to his question is that obviously no. We do not think that one private bus service is enough to supply or cater the thousands of people on South Tarawa, specifically South Tarawa. But that was in the meantime. What we meant is in the meantime, one bus service, because we do not have the capable financial support to support this current problem, but we are working towards it. We will eventually, but we need time. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, and I think it's whole answered. And now, let us move to our next business on the order paper.
Motion.
Since we only have 2 motions on the order paper, may I ask Vavai Dokoya from Santa Maria College to move our first motion? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And this is my motion. I request the government to consider that all teachers, regardless of the school they serve in, should receive equal salaries for equal work for all missions throughout Kiribati.
Teachers in mission schools have different salaries. Only 10 teachers are paid by the government, and also they pay by the school. They cheat in, and their salary is on a different scale or paid less. If two people do the same work, they should receive the same reward. A teacher who teaches 40 students in a mission school is doing the same job as a teacher teaching 40 students in the government school. Why should one be paid less simply because of the school they work in? Or fairness matters, not just for teachers, but for all of us who learn from them. Therefore, I would like the government or the MPs in this House of Parliament to take serious consideration on this motion. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sandamere College. And that this Maneaba requests the government to consider that all teachers, regardless of the school they serve in, should receive equal salaries for equal work for all missions throughout Kiribati. I now give the floor to the members to debate on the motion, but I am going to ask the government side first to speak on the motion. May I call upon Sidon Walter Kambas from NTR GSS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And as the party leader from the government side, we disagree with the motion stated by Santa Maria College. And to add on, the government is ready to pay the same salaries for teachers in government schools and mission schools who meet the required qualifications. But the government is not in the position to pay the same salary level to mission school teachers who do not meet the relevant qualification. And what Ms. Santa Maria College mentioned about the 10 teachers that we pay, no, that is outdated information. The new policy now is that the government pays the same salary to all qualified teachers in both mission and government schools. But what the government can do to help the unqualified teachers in order to support their in order to help the unqualified teachers become qualified is that we can support their training to become qualified, and then after that we can pay them the same salary. And if they don't want to go through the government requirement to become qualified and receive the higher pay that government jobs offer, then they will have to remain with the lower salaries that mission schools provide. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The debate is now starts. Sorry, yes, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The government mentioned they agree to pay both teachers from government and mission schools, but they also disagree on not paying the motion that says teachers from mission government schools should be paid upon. So I'm confused. So I'm trying to say they disagree with the motion that says that the motion that says that mission schools should meet the same salaries as government schools. So they said they agreed, and then they said they disagreed on the motion. But the motion is on the salaries. They agreed on the salary part, but what are we agreeing or disagreeing on? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, the leader of the government.
It seems like the respected Santa Maria representative from Santa Maria College didn't really listen to what I have said. I mentioned that we will pay the same salaries to teachers in both government and mission schools if they are qualified. Because nowadays, most mission schools hire teachers who are unqualified, but the government, as I said, is not in the position to pay the same salary level to mission school teachers who do not have the relevant qualifications. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, Santa Maria College.
Well, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me start by saying teaching is teaching no matter school. Every day, teachers wake up early, prepare lessons, mark our works, guide us, and sacrifice their time and energy so we can have a better future. From a student's perspective, the efforts of a teacher in a small mission school is no less than the efforts of a teacher in a government school. Yet, it is in many cases, teachers in mission schools or private schools earn far less. This is not just unfair, it is wrong. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Sidon.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Speaker. And yet again, they have not listened carefully to what I have said. I didn't mention that we were not going to pay. I said we were going to pay the qualified teachers only, not the unqualified teachers, because they do not meet government standards. And you do not dictate what we have agreed on to pay the teachers who are qualified. Thank you very much.
Yes, Miss.
I mean, why not pay all of them? They have the same goal, right? They all teach future leaders of tomorrow. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Your Honor Speaker. And I would like to elaborate on more about our questions that we say we disagree, and we will pay later. Yeah. And Honorable Speaker, I would like to say that Ms. Honorable from Santa Maria had mentioned before that cheat is cheat. Yeah, that you say. But I would like to say that when you cheat, there's a difference between cheat and professional or qualified. There is a big difference, because when we see in reality, when someone cheats but is not qualified, that's a less more effect. That's why we disagree with that. Man, let's compare this. If a professional or a qualified teacher that cheats you, you will say, oh, thank God I got this teacher. Yeah, because it's more effective to you. That's why we disagree with it. And thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Yes, Miss Secretary.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And I would like to speak on my point, but I would like to make it clear that I will elaborate, and I just want you to listen carefully to what I'm going to say and debate on elaborating on this motion. So many countries have implemented policies. Teachers receive fair compensation, highlighting the importance of these principles in international discussions on education. These points collectively illustrate the rationale for advocating for equal pay for teachers should receive equal salaries for their work. Also, numerous studies have shown that equal or higher wages for teachers can lead to better educational outcomes, because as teachers are often the most experienced and knowledgeable professionals in their field. So if some teachers were not paid equal salaries, mostly the missionary school teachers, then the missionary school teachers will be running away. Did the government realize this issue? In Kiribati, we knew that teachers of the government schools were paid more higher than missionary school teachers. And the main point is that how come teachers at government schools were paid higher salaries more than school teachers? Have you ever taken into consideration the number of schools run by the government and mission schools? If not, then let me elaborate and make it clear for you. In total, there are 20 secondary schools, and there are 20 secondary schools in total, 17 secondary schools run by mission school, and 3 run by the government. So most of the students are attended by the missionary schools. Since there are only 3 schools considering one on Darawa, which is KG5 and EBS, and one at Stabdawea, Tabige, and the last is LB or Meriang Dabai at Christmas Island. This means that most teachers on Darawa are paid by missionary schools. I strongly believe that missionary school teachers should pay equally as government school teachers, knowing the fact that they had taken full responsibility for most of the Kiribati youth education. For example, I would like to choose my school for an example. So Sacred Heart College teachers start working from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. for students in the morning.
Thank you, Ms. Secretary. Your time is up. You may sit down.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Yes, let us over to the leader of the government.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And the government, as I once again said, we pay the teachers in mission schools, but we only pay the teachers in mission schools who are qualified or meet the government standards or went through government procedures in order to get the job. But we do not have but we are not in the position to pay the teachers who are unqualified, who did not go through government regulations or qualifications. And the government cannot pay them because if we do so, we are encouraging unqualified people to become teachers, and the government will not allow that. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Ms. NTR.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And yes, the unqualified teachers are the ones in mission schools that you don't want to pay. That they don't want to pay, I'm sorry. And the teachers in mission schools, most of them are unqualified. And I understand that is a problem. So we are asking the government to even the salary because in government-funded schools, most of the teachers there are qualified. So the difference between government-funded schools and mission schools is very different because the ones that are funded by the governments have open opportunity and quality education because of those qualified teachers. And in mission schools, yeah, I believe there are only a few of them are qualified, and back to our motion, we would like to ask the government to even the salary because the unqualified teachers in mission schools are teaching the same students as the ones who are qualified. They teach 30 to 40 students in one class, and that's the same. I understand that they're not qualified enough, but they're still teaching the students. And for the teachers who are unqualified, if you refuse to pay them an even salary, they would be, they would refuse to educate the children and will leave those mission schools to only have a few qualified teachers, and those qualified teachers, I believe they cannot carry the load with those many students in one of those schools. So yes, I'd like to ask the government to even this has qualified teachers are still teachers, and they teach the same students, and who will be the future leaders of Kiribati.
Thank you very much, Ms. NTR. May I call upon Mr. KPI for this question?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to firmly oppose the motion that all the teachers in government and mission schools in Kiribati should receive equal salaries. Honorable Speaker, as we all know, government schools and mission schools are not the same. And why? Government schools are funded by taxpayers, while mission schools are supported by churches and private contribution. These institutions operate under financial capacities and responsibilities. Mr. Speaker, to force equal salaries is to ignore this reality. We cannot demand the same outcome from systems that are funded differently. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. KPI. Yes, Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I must disagree with the response from the government side. For there is a law in Kiribati, that it says, sorry, in Kiribati law and it's the international standards for fair equal value, specifically the ILO Convention 100, which states equal remuneration for work of equal value, meaning equal pay for men and women working the same job. Aren't teachers doing the same job, either male or female? This is a law by the government that stated that they put into their constitution. Why is the government refusing to pay if this says equal law for all people that work of the same job? Why are they refusing to pay what the law states? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And again, my name is Paul Roboribe, and I would like to make it clear more or elaborate more on this. Honorable Speaker, it is true that many mission schools are controlled by the government, and for the equal payment, I strongly disagree because the numbers of qualified teachers in the government is not the same with the mission school. It is clear that all government teachers are professional, and we know that professional teach more effect, as I mentioned before. Well, Honorable Speaker, we can compare this to teachers that are not qualified. It creates more difference, such as when they teach, it's more effect, yeah? And it is clear, Honorable Speaker, that qualified teachers are outstanding than unqualified teachers. However, the government knows well that in any mission school and reported that some teachers works in that school, but they are qualified. To make it clear more, the government have the policy, and that policy says that they pay only 10 first per school in a mission. But furthermore, there's another policy that is still currently in process now. Yeah, Honorable Speaker. And as they mentioned that equal payment must be based on equal standards, not equal title. That's what I mentioned. Equal pay is not must. It's not must be based on equal standards, but not equal title. Sorry, Honorable Speaker, I said it. Equal payment is must based on equal qualified. I mean that when teacher qualify, the government make it fair to the rest of the teacher that when you qualify, you must pay from the government. And when you're not qualified, we must train you, and when you get qualified or professional, we will pay you later. That's what our strategy for that. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Honorable Secretary College. Yes, Miss EPS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We stand in strong support of this motion because equal pay is about fairness, not sameness. Teachers across all schools, whether mission or government, carry the same responsibilities, teach the same students, and shape the same future. Yet, they are paid differently. That is not justice. The government argues that equal pay will discourage professional development. But Mr. Speaker, teachers do not grow only because of money. They grow because of passion, commitment, and the desire to uplift their students. If money was the only motivation, then education would lose its very purpose. Furthermore, many teachers lack qualifications not just by choice, but due to limited access to training and opportunities. And are we punishing them now for a system that failed them? That is not leadership. That is neglect. Equal pay will not lower standards. It will raise morale retain teachers, and strengthen our education system. Qualifications can still be rewarded through promotions and incentives. But basic fairness must come first. Mr. Speaker, a teacher's worth is not only measured by certificates, but by the lives they shape every day. Equal work deserves equal pay. Is a certificate more important than the actual impact a teacher has on students? Instead of underpaying teachers, the government can provide training programs to help mission schools teachers reach the same qualification level. Regardless of teacher qualifications, students in mission schools deserve the same quality of education and support. Yes, qualifications matter, but fairness matters too. Instead of using qualifications as a reason to divide teachers, we should use it as a reason to support and uplift all teachers. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. KG5 NAPS. And let over to the Leader of the Government.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And it seems like I keep answering the same questions all over again, and I would like to state that I would like to end this discussion now. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Point of order.
Okay, the chair heard a point of order. Yes, you may state your point of order.
Why is the government ending this issue? Why does the government want to end the issue here? This issue is a serious matter. Why end it now and not find a solution for this issue? Don't you care for your own people? Why end it now? Honorable Speaker, I am dissatisfied with what the government has said, and I ask that they may apologize for what they said. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much for your point of order. Yes, Satan.
Or I will stop this here, Honorable Speaker. But the Satya Kariniak, or the Honorable Sandamaria, Mr. Sandamaria, Sacred Arts, doesn't want to understand the question, the answer that I have proposed, but in fact, but ngaira sak yen nira na naretagin na pangaira si bunso ko nareas pa ngaira tawta sinisiko na no asasan swangiya patira arangan to ko daka.
Is there any point of order? Okay, yes, you may sit down.
The government thinks we are trying to force them. We are not forcing the government. We are stating an issue of the country. We're not forcing anyone. We're asking the government to find a solution for this issue, not ask them or control them. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, TC1.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. As our party is disagreeing, so we are laying our hand or our words to the division to help us improve the equality on this parliament. So that's why I'm so sorry for my parties to say ended, but we put it in a way that in a division way. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. And now there's a call for the division. Have I heard right? The government called for the division. Yes? Are you pointing of order?
Yeah.
State your point of order before.
Division.
Point of order. Point of order.
Sorry. Before the point of order, may I remind all of us here, this is the sacred place for our Kiribati members to discuss. So please don't make don't make this as a playground, please, with respectfully. How to the point of order.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for speaking on the disorganized behavior of the Parliament. But yes, that was the issue or my point of order that I raised. I am dissatisfied with all of you, youth parliamentary members. We have a law in the Parliament that says that the Parliament should be organized and be peaceful. We all have our own rights, but this is not a place to show our waste at home. We are in the parliamentary house. We are not here at the fishing market or at home, where we can act how we can be. I ask all of you to understand that the law in the parliamentary house is we must all respect each other and the parliamentary rules that has been put up by the Kiribati government. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. And again, I remind all the honorable members for the rules for this House of Parliament, as you all know. And for now, let us keep or maintain respect and dignity in our discussions. Yes, the leader of the government.
And sorry for interrupting, but I think that I need to define fairness for them. They mentioned fairness in about all of their points. Well, in my definition of fairness is that the teachers who are qualified, we pay them more because they spend more time on trying to achieve the qualifications through government regulations, or they have to go through a substantial amount of time in order to become qualified, rather than the unqualified teachers who didn't go through government requirements, who just went through to mission schools to get paid. That is why we do not equal their pay, and that is why no opposition party will dictate what we think is right. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, the leader. Yes, the leader of the opposition.
What's the use of hiring teachers if they are not qualified? What's the use of teaching students if you're mentioning that you're paying not the same because you're paying more the qualified ones rather than the unqualified ones? To the motion that has been said is, we please to ask for the same salaries for the government and the mission schools. And what we have heard is the government and the mission schools are different, and also the unqualified and the qualified teachers, we are all the same. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Ms. EPS.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Our party do not fully support this motion because of professional developments. Mr. Speaker, when we pay teachers with equal salaries, it promotes teachers to improve their skills, growth, their education, advise their education and skills. This can negatively impact the long-term improvement of our education. For example, if we allow equal pay to teachers with limited or no qualifications, we allow negligence to take root within our teachers, because those with real qualification will feel discouraged and will not seek to further advance the skills into higher levels for teaching, because those that are not in term with their qualification are given equal pay without considering the difference in qualification. As I mentioned earlier, this can affect our long-term improvements of our education system. That is why we do not support this motion. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Ms. CPS. And thank you all honorable members for your points from your different sides. And I believe all of you have spoken on this motion. And since we don't have much time to continue and discuss on this subject, I now give the floor to the mover of the motion, Ms. Vavai Tokoya from Santa Maria College. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And the first thing that I would like to say in this house to thanks all of you for discuss my motion. Thank you, my opposition side, for agreeing on this motion. And thank you to the government for disagreeing on my motion. Honorable Speaker, this motion is about teachers, but it is about justice, fairness, and the future of our country. It is about recognizing that every teacher, whether in a government school, a mission school, or a private school, is shaping the next generation. When we support equal salaries, we support every student who walks into a classroom. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank these MPs in this House of Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Vavai. And that the motion that this Maneaba requests the government to consider that all teachers, regardless of the school they serve in, should receive equal salaries for equal work for all missions throughout Kiribati is to be agreed upon. So those in favor should say aye. Those who are against say no. Those in favor? Aye. And those who are against? No. And from my judgment, the noes have it. And the motion is resolved in affirmative positive. Let us now move to motion number 2, and according to our order paper, this motion will be moved by Ms. Solonaima from Moronai High School. I now give the floor to Ms. Solonaima.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The motion I would like to mention is the Maneaba expresses its deep concern about the serious health, social, and educational problems caused by the increasing abuse of harmful substances among students in Kiribati. These substances include cocaine, vaping, and butane gas inhalation, which are damaging the health and safety of our young people and threatening their future. The Maneaba calls on the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health and Medical Services to urgently work together to develop a comprehensive national plan to address and stop this growing crisis. This motion addresses a crisis that is stealing the future of our youth. Cocaine, vaping, and butane inhalation are not small problems. They are destroying young lives, breaking families, and distributing our schools. The government currently responds to these issues separately and inconsistently. There's no unified plan that brings the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health together to tackle this growing threat. This motion calls for a comprehensive national plan that coordinates prevention, intervention, and support. Our youth cannot wait. Every day without action is the day another student falls into addiction. I urge all members to support this motion and stand with the young people of Kiribati. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. And that the motion that this Maneaba is deeply concerned about the serious health, social, and education problems caused by the growing abuse of harmful substances among students in Kiribati. These harmful substances include cocaine, vaping, and the inhaling of butane gas. This issue is destroying the health and safety of our youth and threatening their future. I now give the floor to the member to debate on the motion, but I am going to ask the government side first on the motion. May I ask Ms. Dama Gausu from the government side?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And the government like to thank Ms. Solanaima from Moronai High School for bringing this important motion before the House. We share the deep concern regarding the abuse of cocaine, vaping, and butane gas among our students. This is a crisis and it demands the urgent action. However, let me reassure you, this House that the government is already taking actions because this is not new. The Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health and Medical Services has started discussions and awareness programs in our schools and communities. Furthermore, the Tobacco Control Act 2013, the sale of tobacco and vaping products to persons under 18 years old, is already strictly prohibited by law. For these reasons, the government asks the House to oppose this motion. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Moranai High School from the government side for sharing your position in opposing the motion. That this Maneaba is deeply concerned about the serious health, social, and education. Well, the debate is now open. Yes, Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I would like to ask the government if they have already planned this, and this is not an issue. Of course, it's not an issue. We know that. If they all have already planned strategies for it, how come this issue has been happening for years? This issue has been here every year. Why is it that the government hasn't fixed this problem for years? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Ms. Moranai.
Thank you, Mr. Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is important that this House understand that the government does not take this matter lightly. We agree that health, safety, and education of our youth are under serious threat. But it also be clear to this House that this crisis cannot be solved by the government alone itself. We call on the parents, teachers, church leaders, and every member of this Maneaba to join us in. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Sandamaria.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well, your governments can also, avoid stop this problem because you can enforce laws too. You can enforce laws, trigger rules to, avoid. Enforce laws or trigger rules to stop or to ban importing these goods from outer islands. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Ms. PTC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And for the question from the opposition side, there are already rules and regulations against harmful substances. The priority should be better enforcement rather than introducing new policies. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Mr. Sayam.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And so we all know that all students in all schools and in their environments are always hiding themselves and using harmful drugs. So, can the government hire more policemen and buy more police cars to travel in every place where students went hiding with their drugs? Or to warn all storekeepers and marketing to avoid selling harmful drugs like opens, smokes, vapes, and so many more. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Ms. Moranai.
Thank you for that. And I do think that he's not listening properly to what I said. I mentioned before that the government already acted according to the Tobacco Act 2013, where these substances are prohibited to be sold to kids under 18. And so the government is putting action into this work. Okay? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Secretary.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Yes, the government did mention these strategies or rules that they've set up with companies and stores that sell these products, but look around. We still see this issue. I came from Sacred all the way here, and I saw a kid using a copen and smoking. You think rules that you said is going to be followed easily? People don't follow rules. How can we solve this issue if the rules aren't being followed? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, NCR.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We believe that sometimes students can able to use these harmful substances, but for your information, these are not our fault. It's the family
Point
fault.
of order.
Sorry, I had a point of order. Turn off your mic. Yes, state your point of order.
The government is trying to avoid its responsibility for protecting his people. You say it's their
Point
fault.
of order, Speaker.
Sorry. Continue your point of order. Continue your point of order.
As I said, they are avoiding their responsibility of taking care of the health of their people. They said it's their fault. How can you blame it's their fault? Your responsibility as the government, we believe in the government to take care of our people. Not just say, okay, it's your fault, not my problem. You are the government. You lead us. You are the models of our people. Do you really think just showing them off is going to lead our country in a better way? If this is your solution, then I advise that the government should be replaced. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. And again, I remind the House that according to the law of this Parliament, you are not allowed to point of order on the point of order. With respectfully, please receive this. Thank you. Yes, Ms. PTC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. But we know that we are the leaders, but responsibility should be shared. Addressing substance abuse is not only the government's responsibility. Parents, schools, churches, and communities all play a key role in guiding young people and preventing harmful behavior. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, the leader.
And the question is, why don't you just ban it? If the economical issue is and prioritizing your financial thing, and then why not prioritize the health of young members? Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, 21.
You said we will ban it, and if you ban Colgate, how you will brush your teeth? You will brush your
Point of order.
Point of order.
Sorry, sit down there's a point of order.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. According to this house, according to the House of Parliament rule, you can't point at us. There is a speaker. Point at the speaker. Don't look.
Point of order.
Don't scare
Point of order,
us.
Speaker.
Thank you.
Point of order.
Sorry, who's taking a point of order? There's a reminder before this happens. You cannot point of order, please. Thank you, Miss. You may sit down.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Please, let us maintain respect in this house. Please. Okay, there's no accusation. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. So we're asking to ban the harmful chemicals that are in those substances, such as butane, the tobacco, and vapes. Where Colgate is important, I know, but it's one of the substances used. It's only one of the substances used in Gopin. There are many of the substances that is made for Gopin, such as tobacco. Tobacco is very harmful to the body, and for the children who use it, who are underage, we're asking
the government to ban this. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Yes, the leader of the government.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And for your information, we cannot simply just ban those harmful substances. We understand that they have a negative impact on the youth of Kiribati, but the government cannot simply just ban them. For example, you want to ban the foil used to making goben. Then you must say goodbye to the wrapping of your food. You must wrap your food with a band needle. And if you want to ban the tobacco, you must say goodbye to essential medical supplies that maintain a good and healthy population for Kiribati. And if you want to ban the butane gas, you must simply say goodbye to stove. You must cook on a fire. Thank you very much.
Yes, PTC, Mr. Fasamad.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. So instead of banning this like copen vape and butane gas, why not just raise the tax so the cost of this price increase so the children under 18 can afford it? Thank you.
Yes, Moranai.
I don't think that is relevant to the question. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would like to go back to the government leader's statements. He said goodbye to foil to covering our food. Why? There's not a problem with that. There's other ways that we can cover our food. You think that's the only thing that's going to cover our food? The second is tobacco. You think it has a positive health benefits to our people? No, I disagree. 3, butane gas. I can agree with that part, but I would like to ask the government that the issue is butane gas is being used by kids for in ways that can affect their health. And I asked the government, do they have a plan to restrict children in buying these chemicals? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Mr. Secretary. Yes, the leader of the government.
I understand that Mr. Secretary, he thinks that I care if I ban the foil. I do not care about him, but I only care about the youth of Kiribati. And what I mean by that is
Point of order.
Sorry, sir. Yes, proceed your point of order.
Did the government leader say, I do not care? He's showing disrespectful behavior in this Maneaba. I request the Speaker, Honorable Speaker, to ask the government to apologize for their disrespectful behavior. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The government side, stand up, please.
I would like to respectfully decline the offer because I haven't fully explained my point. My point is that he pointed to himself during his explanation of his point. He said that he can wrap his food with other materials instead of foil. And I simply responded with, I don't care if you wrap your food with other materials, but I say that we cannot simply just ban the foil. And if you want us to ban the foil, we can ban the foil, but it is not a simple task. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Sandamere, College.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And yes, the government, I think that from our side that you should do your action. As you mentioned, you already do an action for banning this situation, and as we see, most of students also use this. So you are the government, you should end up this situation. After this out, you should end up, this is your duty, the government, because you are the power. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I would like to say the phrase that is said by the opposition side. And he say, you are the government, yeah? Yes, we are the government. For for answering that, the point is, when we do our own decision, and let's think first, what about fundamental rights? They have the rights of people. We must go through first people. That's why we still cannot process this. We must ask first people. If they don't want to, if they don't want to foil, it's okay, we can ban. But this is the parliament, yeah, this is the parliament, and we discuss whole things in it. But Honorable Speaker, I would like to apologize more to MP from the opposition side. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Yes, Ms. NTR.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Back to the point, our motion is to ask the government for the concerns of the serious health and social education problems caused by the growing abuse of harmful substances among students. So for the motion, my party is bringing the solutions for the government to hear, but the government here is declining these solutions. So my question is, what actions are you going to do if you decline the solutions we bring up for you to consider, but you did not consider the solutions? So we would like to ask the government, what really are your actions for this motion? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Ms. MTC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you from the opposition side. The response from the government in this motion, the government rises in strong. The increasing use of the substance such as the cocaine, vaping products, and the inhalation of the poison gas poses a serious threat to the health, safety, and well-being of our young people. This practice not only endangers their physical and mental health, but also contribute to negative social outcome and disrupt their education, ultimately placing their future and the future of our nation. The government recognizes that this is not merely a school issue, but a national concern that it requires urgent and coordinated action. We are committed to strengthening awareness and education programs in schools and the communities to inform students and families about the dangers of substance abuse. In addition, we will continue to work closely with the relevant ministries, law enforcement agencies, schools, church, and the community by the leaders to address the root causes of this problem. Honorable Speaker, the government also acknowledges that it needs to review the strength existing policies and regulations to better control access to this harmful substance, particularly among minors. We are determined to ensure that our young people are protected and supported in making safe and healthy choices. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. A few reminder from the chair. If you are already speaks on the motion, you only have one. You are only allowed to speak only one time, and for your second chance to speak, it comes from the point of order. So, any from this corner? Yes, Miss MCC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. First of all, I would like to thank Ms. MTC for her response, and I totally agree with her. However, I totally agree with her. However, as she said, It is our moral duty, yes, we totally. It is our moral duty to protect our children from this danger. The safety of our students from COVID is not just an individual concern, but a national priority. And yes, we totally agree on that. We both agree, both parties. But the question is, how do they tackle this issue? They always give us like the same answers, but they haven't bring up the best solution to reduce this issue or to avoid it. They keep saying it's not new. Yes, they know it's not new. This issue is not new. We are expecting a new way to solve this issue. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. May I give another chance from this opposition side for further ideas? Yes, Miss Florina.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. So since the Ministry of Education has announced that expulsion is no longer an option in punishing a disobedient child regarding the use of these substances, I've seen children suspended countless of times for using these harmful substances, and after that they just go back to doing it again because there's no effective punishment given to them. My question is, what kind of rule or punishment is the government going to enforce for students to actually fear doing it again? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, the leader.
Regulations. The main solution that the government has agreed upon is regulations. We need to regulate the suppliers or the producers of these harmful substances to not sell these to kids, because as you know, it impacts the youth of our country and further stains it, which is not good for the future of our country. And to answer your question is what kind of punishment does the government will do, is that the governments who propose a juvenile jail time to make them kind of like fear it, but yeah, to fear or to discipline them. Thank you very much.
Anyone want to speak here from this side before I give to the mover of the motion? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The abuse of harmful substances is not just a personal issue. It affects families, schools, and communities. When students inhale potent gas, vape, or use cocaine, their behavior changes. It leads to violence, crime, and broken trust at home and in school. Honorable Speaker, we must remember that students are Kiribati's greatest treasure. Protecting them means protecting families, society, and the future of our nation. I urge the government to implement education campaigns, counseling, and strict measures to prevent substance abuse. This motion is an important step in safeguarding the health, safety, and social well-being of our youth. We must act now to protect our youth before it's too late. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Moronai.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We believe that the government is already doing a lot and giving its best effort to fight against this crisis, such as awareness, regulations, and so many more. But we know that this will never be enough without the help of the citizens themselves, such as parents, guardians, teachers, and communities in counseling or protecting their children from these substances. And if only the government if only we work together, then will this crisis be resolved? And let's make another point clear. In this issue, we are only targeting the real issue abuse of substances to students. And so you said something about banning things, like banning these substances. We are also, it's like we are punishing the older people who are not being concerned for these things because of the students. The older people themselves, they have the rights to those things, but we are only looking at the student right now. And so banning this is not an answer to that. And it's not always simple, and it's not really a very wise approach.
Okay. Let us hear our last point of order.
Honorable Speaker, thank you. And she said they couldn't ban any of these items that she stated. But what I heard before is that the government leader said he could ban if we want to ban the four. So what is the difference? What is the reason there is difference between the leader's choice of words and the Mrs. choice from the government side? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. I return your question to the main person, Ms. Dama.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think he really needs to listen. Okay, so what the leader said is this: if you want to, we could ban if you want to. We did not say we can ban it, because banning things is not simple. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Thank you, all honorable members. Thank you for your participating in this motion. And I believe all of you have spoken on the motion. Because we don't have much time on this subject to discuss and deliberate, I now give the floor to the mover of the motion, Ms. Solonaim.
Banning, rights, regulation, awareness, and substances that harm the health of our young youths. First of all, I would like to thank those who have supported the motion that I raised today. I also thank those who spoke against the motion, because their views have helped us see how serious this issue really is. However, Honorable Speaker, I must say that I'm quite disappointed by the response from the government side. The issue we are discussing today is not a small matter. It is about the health, safety, and future of our young people. From listening to the discussions and debates today, it seems that the government is treating the issue as if it's not very important, but the reality is very different. Many students across South Tarawa are already being affected by the use of harmful substances such as open, vaping, and butane gas. Honorable Speaker, the problem is real, and it is growing. Our young people are becoming trapped in these dangerous habits, and the consequences can destroy their health, their education, and their future. That is why I would like to call upon the government once again to take this issue seriously. We must think about the dangers these substances bring to our students and the long-term effects they will have on the future of our nation. Honorable Speaker, if we truly care about the future of Kiribati, then we must act now to protect our youth, or the nation of Kiribati. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Solonaima from Moronai High School, for your sum up. And that this Maneaba is deeply concerned about the serious health, social, and education problems caused by the growing abuse of harmful substances among students in Kiribati. These harmful substances include the open, vaping, inhaling of the butane gas. This issue is destroying the health and the safety of our youth and threatening their future. This Maneaba calls on the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health and Medical Service to work together immediately to create a comprehensive national plan to put an end to this crisis. So, to be agreed upon, Those in favor should say aye. Those who are against should say no. And for those in favor? Aye. Those who are against? No. And the motion is, from my judgment, the ayes have it. And the motion is resolved in the negative.
Division. Division.
A call for a division.
Mr. Alexander Karais from William Coward.
No.
Miss Amo Darcy from Santa Maria College.
No.
Mr. Amosa Kiratapepe from Moronai High School.
No.
Miss Arenda Amota from KBI.
No.
Miss Aroisisi Ubaitoy from Sacred Arts.
Aye.
Mr. Benswa Rota from Animoro.
No.
Mr. Bauro Kaboribe from Sacred Arts.
No.
Miss Pepe Yebinoka from Santa Maria.
Hi.
Miss Poika Bene Tiagi from MCC.
No.
Mr. Barais Tabiranang from KG5.
Aye.
Mr. Charles Hudson from MCC.
No.
Miss Claudine Tamo from BTC.
No.
Miss Elisha Yepinoka from EBS.
No.
Mr. Enoka Tebway from Santa Maria.
No.
Mr. Eremen Daniela from St. Louis.
Aye.
Mr. Etera Rotakarawa from William Coward.
No.
Mr. Fasamata Atanroy from BTC.
Aye.
Miss Florina Rosemary Sam from Intiara.
Aye.
Mr. Floria Rui from KBI.
Aye.
Mr. Jacobo Naunga from Moronai High School.
Aye.
Miss Yoria Yakabara from William Coward.
Aye.
Mr. Yuriano Cairo from Animoro.
No.
Miss Karere Keya BTC.
No.
Miss Katerine Wirama from TUC1.
Aye.
Mr. Rankain Tekukurei from KG5.
No.
Miss Rianne Michael from EBS.
Aye.
Miss Mary from William Cowan. Miss Miranda Tagelibeya from YCL. Mr. Mose Daurian from Sacred Arts.
Aye.
Mr. Newbie Graven from St. Louis.
Aye.
Mr. Odia Kobus from CUC1.
No.
Mr. Raubene from Domenico from KBI.
No.
Mr. Ronaima Memenikiak from Morunai.
Aye.
Miss Tame Kausu from Morunai.
No.
Mr. Tabekia Kamewa from MTC.
Aye.
Mr. Babane Tanwa from St. Louis.
No.
Mr. Babane Tiawa from TUC1.
I'll stay, please.
Mr. Deyam Chak Cho from TUC1.
Aye.
Mr. Dakaya from BTC.
Aye.
Mr. Degege Taratau from Maungatabu.
No.
Mr. Magin Tarabe from Anmoro.
Aye.
Mr. Tagi Pinayata from MCC.
Aye.
Miss Deudit Tagi Kondario from St. Louis.
No.
Mr. Siden Wotsa Kambas from Maungatabu.
No.
Miss Tuawat Titabu.
No.
Miss Wenikai Keka from Anmoro.
Aye.
Miss Vavai Tokoya from Santa Maria.
Aye.
Miss Sarisita Elias from Maungatabu.
Aye.
After counting your votes, and there being 24 votes for the noes and 22 votes for the ayes. And the question is resolved in an affirmative negative.
Honorable Speaker, may I sincerely request a point of order?
Sorry. It's over now. We're going to move to our next item on the order paper. Sorry. Okay, let's move to our next item on the order paper.
adjournments signed die motion.
I now give the floor to Mr. Maungatabu from St. Mary College.
I
Point of
move the
order.
motion. I move the motion that this youth parliament do now adjourn signed die.
Well, the question that this youth parliament do now adjourn sign die is to be agreed. So those in favor should say aye. Those who are against should say no. And those in favor? Aye. Those who are against. Before break off, before this House adjourned, my big appreciation to my fellow MPs from different parties and from in this youth parliament, and I ask for pardon if there's any mistake throughout this mock or practical parliament. Again, thank you so much. Sorry, and best of luck to all of you. May God bless us all, and from my heart, thank you, everyone.
You may be seated. Well, thank you very much for your good participation. And it's great. Let us give three big claps for us. 3 big claps. 1, 2, go. Minangani, yay the activity mina. Sunang karon snow as mga radar activity. And one reminder, na ko mi arora ke kangabona ya course ta kanjobis. Sa busin kami kana kamang usno kamusika busi course kam kasko yande yan mi kanta kata. Kaya araw ko na nakin tabore kam kata ito yo. Thank you very much and tigray mi pong ayo. Sa alaw tinan. Parliament series po mga oras sino kay. You can make your way out. You shake hands with your other party members and your friends, and you enjoy the whole day.